poised to give us... Poised, very poised to go through the stories.
I'm so pleased you're going to talk about her.
Sparkle?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love talking about Sparkle, Markle.
Come on, tell us what's going on. Yeah, of course I do.
Well, so Spotify have fired them because obviously the podcast was really boring and worthy and annoying and no one listened to it. And there's talk that Netflix are about to drop them.
Because they've done... What, one?
One thing for 80 million.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot of cost per show. And they've been called grifters by the chap who used to work for Spotify, which is quite funny.
What does that mean in our terms?
Well, there was a film called The Grifters.
There was.
Yeah,
with what's her name, who was in the Addams Family? Basically
con artists.
Yes.
Yes, please don't sue.
Yeah.
Yes, so he said basically they're con artists and they're awful and... but, you know, no one is allowed to say this because otherwise they get sued.
Yeah.
So... And then the other bit of the story is that Christian Dior, are apparently going to have her as their muse, face, inspiration, etc.
So she will be a clothes source for Dior?
Yeah, she'll be fashion.
Isn't she meant to...
Isn't she meant to be a feminist champion?
Apparently, yeah.
Got that award from Gloria Steinem.
Feminist champion, very much about all the feminist brains and intellect, but also about wearing a dress.
Right.
Yes.
The thing I like about it is
having it all.
Yes.
Andrew.
Having your cake and eating
all
it,
the money.
unless it's a birthday cake. But this is Bill Simmons, is the head of podcast innovation for Spotify. He is quite outspoken, but he's done his own podcast, hasn't he, Bushra? Absolutely saying what a lot of people are thinking. It's like, no one's interested in what Harry and Meghan have got to say unless you're slagging off the royal family. Right. You've done that. What else have you got left to say? So surely it's just summing up what most people would think. And basically, they were paid £15 million for less than 13 hours of work.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, even when you're called a grifter, it's also more than that. Being a grifter is somebody that actually doesn't have anything solid to bring to the table. Right. And they tend to just draw from what's going on around them and trying to make a quick buck. And I do see that with Meghan and Harry at the moment, because they're not really bringing anything substantial to the table and talking about real issues, something that people really want to hear. And they have let the entire UK population down. I know there's a small portion of people that still like them, but like me, it's very small. I'm so frustrated, and I think, what are you talking about? Why do you need to stay current? You know, apart from Harry being a prince, why do you need to be current?
Well, they've made this. What they've done is they've eroded their own value by sort of slagging off the royal family to the extent which they have, and revealing all their money shots at once, if you don't mind me using that term. But basically, they've got nothing left to show. So it's a diminishing cycle, isn't it? Because the more they give away, the more they slag people off, the more they have to slag people off, and there's nowhere else to go. Because what they could have done with the Spotify and the Netflix thing is they could have tried to build a proper portfolio of a proper career portfolio full of ideas and actually done something, but they just didn't want to do the work.
No,
that's the thing. I mean, I think that's the main... the subtext of all of this is that they were paid all this money by Netflix and Spotify, and they just didn't show up.
And what have they been doing for the last year? If they had just shown up and actually got done some work and turned up to the meetings and said, OK, this is what... But they haven't done any of that. They've gone, OK, give us all the money and then we'll just carry on swanning around like we normally do. And being Harry and Meghan, Bushra, must be very expensive because they've got publicists and lawyers galore. They've got 4 or 5 court cases going on at the moment.
They've got the cases, they've got a huge team of people that they have to support and pay
protection officers, they've got to pay
all
for.
the protection and security. And then the thing with me is when I think about this, I'm like, these guys need to earn their respect back. And I feel like they're not doing that at them. And like, they're not apologetic for the things that have happened in the past. They're not coming forward to say, actually, we want to make amends. This is how we're going to do it. So right now, people are still stuck in the point where they don't care.
But what they misunderstood is, see, when you're a royal, you have automatic respect.
That's right.
It's just automatic. That's how the royal family works.
People
bow and curtsy to you all day long, and no one... So what they did was they thought, we're going to turn our back on all of the royal stuff,
But we still want to be treated as though we're royals. But no, because you're not royals anymore. And most normal people, if they go out into the world and sign a contract with a company, are expected to deliver what they've signed the contract for. And that's the category error that they made. They still thought, oh, we're still royal. We don't have to actually do anything.
Do you think she's ever going to write this book we keep hearing she's going to write?
What about? What's it going to be about?
There's one left in the deal. It's a 4-book deal. She's done the children's book. There's one left in the deal.
The children's book was unbelievably done.
Can anyone remember what it was called?
It was called On a Bench or something.
Right.
The Bench?
And I was arguing in a TV debate with a woman called Yasmin Al-Brown, who you'll probably know, who's a great supporter.
Yes.
But there are one or two of Meghan, and she said the podcasts were brilliant. Were they? So, there were 12. How many did you listen to? 2! And this is one of her great supporters.
Oh, yeah, we used to have to listen to them because they used to drop on a Tuesday, do you remember? And so every Tuesday was Meghan podcast day, so you had to listen to it. And it was just the same thing with a different filter on it. It was the same thing. Empowerment, yada, yada, women, yada, yada.
See, the thing is, Sarah, she actually, this is what I genuinely believe, she thought that she was exceptionally special.
Yes.
And actually, she would have been more special had she just followed Harry, gone down the route of the royal family. That would have made her prestige. That was her opening the doorway for Meghan. And actually, without that, she's just another American actress doing a small part.
In a TV series I'd never heard of until she got engaged to Harry. I'd never heard of Sue.
But apart from the Dior deal, she's also now very good friends with the chap behind the makeup ranges and health and beauty ranges of Jennifer Lopez and Cindy Crawford. So you can buy Meghan's makeup as well.
Oh, lovely. Meghan Markle's become a standard influencer with 2,500 other women that do it, so that's still not anything special.
I mean, I just don't think... I don't know. I mean, I love a bit of makeup myself. I love an eyeliner. But, you know, I don't know if I want to buy Meghan's eyeliner. And if you are going to wang on endlessly about feminism and empowerment, it's a bit sad that basically what it boils down to is a dress and an eyeliner.
Yeah, when I read it in the Mail on Sunday, she was going to be how does this fit in, Dior, being a clothes horse for Dior, with I'm a feminist?
As you say, they've got a very expensive lifestyle to support.